I am a victim of childhood abuse, and I'll spare you the Stephen King novel part of it, because it seems like you've already heard it. The effects of the abuse were, they're traumatic, they're intimidating, they're the grooming process. So we internalize this and make this about us and how it was our fault. Would be the best description. I remember at one point this person that got a hold of me coming through the school going, and I didn't catch that until 2 years after there was an actual realization like you're talking about. My daughter was born, and that was the realization for me. California, I flew out from California. California had similar legislation that has really truly assisted me, because I was a homeless man September 7th of 1998, and I got sober, and a lot of things came to the forethought of my thinking. And 4 years into sobriety, this the peeling of this onion, so to speak, has come true. The legislation in California has been instrumental, and lately I'm seeing on TV more and more where these people are being prosecuted more quickly, more readily. And I think that's key, because the only reason we're all here is for the protection of Maryland children. I know firsthand of the damages that this has created in my life, and I go from 6'7" to 2 inches tall when I tell people my life story. It's important enough for me to fly this 300 miles out here to protect children, the children of Maryland, as we're all here for. So my only thing at this point is let's just eliminate these costly effects of abuse. You have the power to do that. And not another silent voice out there that this may be happening to right now. Maybe they won't have to suffer. And to answer your question a little bit ago on I think it was like forensic proof or something, I've been doing some studies on some documentaries out of Harvard, UCLA, and a couple of other leading universities, and these doctors put together one of them, and it does go into the PTSD of it. It used to be the Loftus theory where people can't have recovered memory, but these new studies that are coming out, they're documentaries to teach the teachers, they're riveting, and I watched it, and I get emotional. I get emotional because I'm going, somebody understands for the first time in my life. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for being with us.
Any questions?
Yeah, Senator Jacobson.
Was there anything else that you were going to tell us that you feel is crucial for us to hear that we may not have already said?
That's a
Well, no, briefly. I mean, you've gone a long way.
I was 6 and 7 years old. I had a man that was 60-some-odd years old urinating in my mouth as a child, sodomizing me on a regular basis for 2 years.
At what age did you said when you had your daughter? How old were you when?
I was 35, and I heard you guys talking about this a little while ago, and I'm thinking, this is like soul murder, because a lot of people can't come forward. This guy played in the NFL. He didn't come forward until he was 50. I met him in an AA meeting, and he's like, the revelations as we grow and as we age and mature, if we're lucky enough to get therapy, we're lucky enough to get sober, which most people haven't. I mean, I'm one of the very, very, very few lucky people, I think.
Senator Raskin has a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much for coming to Maryland and for your moving testimony. Did you sue your victimizer in civil court or manage to create a criminal prosecution?
Yes, I did, and I did a lot of the I guess you call it evidentiary digging, private investigative work. They said, no, we didn't have this guy employed. I said, yes, you did. I went out and found the guy that did the aerial photography from Normandy. He also did MapQuest in that area, Ralph Foster, and he found the photography of that area and showed the trailer next to the playground, and I said, well, what is this? How could this be? How come what do you mean he didn't work here and he didn't live next to the playground?
So, but how old were you when you brought civil charges?
37.
Okay, and that was the first time when you could reconcile yourself to what had happened?
35 was the day that my daughter was born. September 8th of '98, I got sober. The day that my daughter was born was June 5th of 2002. About 6 months into that process, I was very overprotective with realizations if I never stayed around any of all of my nieces and nephews, I kept away from them because I was scared that what happened to me I would do to them. So here I am. Who do I trust with my daughter? You know, I mean, she's a beautiful little girl. And I don't want what happened to me to happen to her, and I'm freaking out. And there it is, in the front page of the paper, somebody changed a law. Well, obviously somebody did what I'm doing here today. And I don't know who that person was, but I'm very thankful. Very, very thankful. Because just because of that happening, I'm able to talk about it. I'm freeing myself. I'm not crying in front of you here, and I've done a lot of crying. But I've had a lieutenant in the police department in San Diego go, I recognize you from somewhere. Where do I know you from? And they said, well, I've been on TV a lot advocating for children. He's a lieutenant in the San Diego Police Department, and he goes, you know, my daughter's there, so he was real careful in how he said it. He starts telling me about his childhood story and what happened to him. And this happens with reporters, where they turn the camera off and they send the newsman away. I've had it happen with senators. Inside the homes, the brutality, I don't care who you are or where it happens, it's brutal. You know, we just need to protect these children, and that's why I'm here. And I'm sorry if I got off track on you.